Hi everyone, Tuesday today. Sorry we missed yesterday. We were stuck in a very long queue at the grocery store, so we didn't get time to do the update. But we've got lots in store for you today. Just to start off, we've got more of an update on our bat and pellets that we found outside. So the pellets, obviously we looked at the other day and thought that they might be kestrel. I collected all of them today and we've actually got 42 pellets in total, so that bird has obviously been roosting or sitting there for quite a while. We also had somebody on site who regularly does post-mortems on any of the native things that do pass away here, just so we can get an idea of what's going on. So they very kindly did a post-mortem on the bat for us. And it did turn out that he did die of the wound to his thorax, and he also had a wound on his elbow as well. And that was quite consistent with the size of a kestrel foot, but tawny couldn't be ruled out on that. So we are leaning heavily towards it being kestrel.
Further substantiated by a little encounter we had yesterday evening. We were coming back in from the dog walk and we just happened to shine a head torch up into the hole in the roof and spotted a bird sat in there. Now we took a picture on the iPhone, which is not great quality. We'll put that up now so you can see that, but it certainly looks like a kestrel. So we now are fairly certain that it is indeed a kestrel roosting up in that little hole in the roof overnight. Now we have got camera traps up. They haven't yielded very much yet from the right sort of angle, but we've got some ideas to change that in the next couple of days. So hopefully we will have some better photographic evidence to look at over the next while. Now earlier today we headed out onto the safari drive, just with no particular agenda, just to cover a drive around and see what we could see. We went on to the first section and got mobbed by the camels. It's quite interesting to see how the animals' behaviour has changed over the last couple of weeks with no normal visitors in the park, and certainly from the camels' point of view we are a bit of a novelty, so they were straight over, which made filming and photographing them quite tricky. We then did go out through onto the Asia section and we saw the blackbuck antelope and the axis deer. And then we ended up having really quite a nice little session with the small group of wildebeest that we have on the African section. Now initially they were sat down just in the sunshine, just chilling out, but again we were a little bit of a curiosity to them, so they did gradually get up and very gently walk over towards the car, which just enabled us to get some really quite nice close kind of headshots. They were doing a little bit of snorting, which is just a zebra way of kind of saying who are you and what do you want, wildebeest way even, and that was super cool. So it was a super cool little encounter.
So we also had the chance today to get our buzzard out, Goose, who has been with us for 12 years now. So one of our normal members of the team. With all of our birds over the winter, they don't do very much. So this was her first outing out of the season, really. So she was a little bit out of practice, but she did well as always. So we'll share that footage with you.
So this is Goose. She's a 12-year-old female European buzzard, and she hasn't been out very much recently, so getting her out just a minute ago was a little bit of a drama, but she sat on the glove okay now. So what we're going to try and do is walk her over to the meadow, which is something we do pretty regularly in the season, but she's kind of had the winter off. That's fairly common with birds, just to give them a few months off, make sure they've got plenty of food to get them through those colder months of the winter. So this is one of only 2 or 3 times that we've got her out recently, but we're going to take her over to the meadow and Janet's going to try and do some pictures. So we've just brought her out into the meadow. She's a bit out of breath because she's flapping around a lot, baiting a lot. That's just her struggling to come to terms with the idea that she needs to sit on my glove. She's done this loads and loads over the years, so she's a very experienced bird, just showing the fact that she's had a few months off. Hopefully she's going to sit on this old fence post, and that will provide an opportunity maybe for Janet to get a couple of pictures, which will be a nice thing to do. So we came in from the meadow and we managed to sit Goose up in the tree just behind me, and I think Janet got some nice shots there. The sun's just dropping down a little bit, so the angle of the light on Goose was varying a bit, but hopefully we can show you a few nice little portraits of her. So she's had a nice trip out this afternoon. We're going to take her back to her aviary, take the equipment off and give her her tea.
So that's about it for today. We hope you've enjoyed those few little updates. Obviously, we will be back again tomorrow, and if we find out any more about our Kestrel stroke pellet stroke dead bat mystery, we will let you know. We're not quite sure what other things we're going to see tomorrow, so again, a little bit of a surprise for all of us in terms of what pictures and things we'll do tomorrow. We hope everyone is safe and well at home, and we look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow.